It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And incomplete to open things up.
These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Chicago.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Callahan eluding the pressure right. He finds his man complete. It's Manning. Touchdown, Chicago. Great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season.
And the Bears on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense. And
now off to the races, down the right side, and down to the 11.
71 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He'll drop to throw. And he's got it.
And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the one. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the one. Touchdown, Vikings! It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Santos with the extra point.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
He'll buy some time right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead. Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all. And if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff. And it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
This defense for the Bears, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Micah Parsons
in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. Touchdown! A great play there. With his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Now for the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The touchdown.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Not much there, only a yard.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 6. A diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage.
But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And, Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a...
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
They're going to look to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bears will get the football back. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Now Etienne to start the drive.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on 3rd down. Off play action. Callahan. They'll roll him out right.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off right around the 43. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on 4th down, but they're going once more. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Catch is made by Metcalf.
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play there just before halftime.
On the defensive side of the ball, that's the definition of frustrated. You get them to 4th down, and then you allow a chunk play like that in the passing game.
Almost felt as if that play was drawn up in the dirt on the sideline. They pulled that from a game plan that wasn't this game, and they still made it work.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll throw now on the final play.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee you he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Running out of the gun with Etienne.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. This is caught. Touchdown, Bears! Travis Etienne. His 6th touchdown of the season as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Though that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Jalen Phillips, the edge man, on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Off the play fake. Callahan escaping the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 21. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stay.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 40. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Callahan. He finds his man. Complete. It's Manning.
And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Bears use this short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Parsons.
What a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. He'll look to throw. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 39. 20. 10.
You gotta love it, baby.
And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Looking to throw. They'll find Metcalf. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. From the gun, they'll try to run it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They're going for it with the option right. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start on the ground. ETN. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them, well on their way to another victory, riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Micah Parsons. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Second and 16. They'll set up a throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Call it a gain of a yard. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a handoff looking right. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Well, no shock here. For the 7th time in this game, it appears they'll go for it on 4th down. Big offensive explosion helped leading